Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel's Making with Marilyn. Now I do all things crafty, but on today's video, I'm going to make some sublimation earrings. Now tomorrow, or by the time I publish this today, is the start of the Easter season. And so on this video, I'm going to make some super cute little bunny earrings. So I'm going to go get out of my work clothes and we'll get started. Now before I do, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And then if you do, tap the bell, select the all notifications. That way YouTube lets you know anytime I upload new content. I want to start by talking about what we're going to use in today's project, and I hope we get some really cute earrings out of it. Now I'm using a bunny design that I got off of Creative Fabrica. Creative Fabrica is a site where you can get a lot, and I mean a lot, of images. You can get tumbler wraps, you can get earrings, you can just get all kinds of things. You can even get rhinestone templates, digital rhinestone templates that you can cut out yourself. So these are some bunnies. I sized them way down. I added more pink around them. And then I have some earring blanks. This is a set that I bought off of Amazon quite some time ago. If it's still available, I'll put a link to it. And today I'm going to use what I think this is kind of a football shaped earring for these earrings. Now it came with the hardware, and the thing I love about this hardware is that they are really, really easy to use. You don't have to add any jump rings. And the way it works is you have your fish hook, and then you have this that you'll have to open up, and then you put it over the hole and you close it back up and you're done. Now these are not sterling silver. If you want to buy some sterling silver to go with your sublimation earrings, you can do that as well. Most of these though, you have to use these and jump rings. So I'll put some links to sterling silver ones as well. But for these earrings, they're barely going to be worn. They're Easter earrings. I'm just going to use these metal pieces of hardware that came with them. I have scissors, and then I have some butcher paper, and then lastly, I have my little craft press here. Now the thing about a lot of sublimation blanks is they often come with a film over the top. And so when you get them, they might look kind of dirty. And once you take this film off, you'll see a bright white canvas for you to make your project out of. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the film off of both sides of two of these earrings. Then we're going to cut out the paper, put the earrings on the paper, and put them under the heat press. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the bunnies on both sides of the earrings. You wouldn't have to, but I don't want the back side just to be plain white. Another thing you could do if you wanted to is you could just print out some plain pink paper, put that on the back. But you're printing out anyway. You might as well put the design on the front and the back. Now, if you happen to have a laser where you can cut your own sublimation blanks, then you could cut them any size and any shape you want. All right, I am really fighting with this. So let me go ahead and get this figured out, and then I'll be back. Now at this point, I'm beginning to think there's no plastic film over that. I might have taken it off already. So let me clean it with alcohol, see what it looks like. Now you do not want to get your alcohol on your sublimation prints. So that's why I moved it to the side. Okay, I think I must have already taken that off some time ago. But I'll start with this side because I know I took it off there. Now the way I made this design is I went ahead and I downloaded what was an earring blank from Creative Fabrica. And it was in the shape of kind of a teardrop. Then what I did is I put a big rectangle behind it. I put multiple rectangles, you can see that. Then I turned the color of the rectangle the same color they had in the background, so it's just one seamless piece of pink. Now this doesn't look very vibrant. It's going to brighten up a lot when we press this. And I also realized I did not mention that I'll be using heat tape. Now I have a little bit of ink on the side here, so I want to go ahead and get that off. Now you do have to be a little bit careful about your heat tape. I did a video where I compared a couple different heat tapes, and one of the heat tapes stained my fabric yellow. This one did not. I love this brand. Now, hopefully those aren't too close together for this to work. If they are, I guess I can use one from this, and then for the back sides, use 2 more of those. But hopefully I'm not gonna have to do that. Let's see. All right, I think that's gonna be fine. Now it's hard to tell when these are centered because I didn't put any type of football shaped template around them. That would have been wise, but I didn't do that, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay that down where I think it'll look good. Get a couple pieces of tape just so it doesn't shift. I like to hold my blank down and then add the tape to it. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Well, these probably are not going to be perfect, but they're for me. It's okay. All right, now since I have a lot of sublimation ink exposed, I need to make sure that I have a good piece of butcher paper under it. This is folded over, so this is 2 layers of butcher tape or butcher paper. Now this press is just a really small little craft press, but it is a swing away and you can adjust the pressure. I do like it. Now if I were only buying one heat press, I would buy a much bigger one, but this is really convenient for small projects. The working space of it is approximately 9 inches by 12 inches. Now when I saw this size in a Michael's store, I think it was Michael's store and it was a Caesar brand, I thought it was so cute, but I thought it was funny. I didn't think I would ever use anything that small. And here I am. Now you want to make sure your paper is up because that's where the heat's going to be. And I'm going to try to press both of these at one time. Then in addition to the paper below it, I'm going to have this paper above it. Now I did not check my pressure, which I should have because these are a little bit thick, but hopefully it'll be okay. I have my temperature set at 390 degrees, and then I'm going to press these for 50 seconds. And I think that pressure's fine. Now, another nice thing about this press is you can just take the pads off and work on top of those. Now, I probably ought to have some gloves on, but I don't have them over here near me, so let me let those cool off just for a little bit. I can see the bunnies through the back of the paper. That should be a good sign. Hopefully I have nice even color and pressure on those. All right, I'm going to try to peel this back just so I can kind of peek at it. That way, if I don't feel like it's all the way done, I can lay it right back down. But that is super cute. Look at that little bunny. Now, remember I talked about the exposed ink? Look, it's right there. If I didn't have something under this, that would be on the mat of my press, and I don't want that. And then I can see it on the back of this front sheet, so it's a good idea to use 2 sheets. Now, hopefully this one's just as nice, and it is. It is still very hot. And there it is. Again, super, super cute. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and move this off for now. And I'll go ahead and cut those apart just like I did there. I could manage just to squish the two together, but I'd rather do it this way. Now, even though I didn't really have anything around it to make sure it was in the middle, that's pretty close. I'm happy with that. Now, you do want to make sure it's not super hot when you put this down, because if it is, it could start sublimating on there before you're ready. You want to have it in the right position before you start sublimating on it. And I don't love the idea of putting tape over my freshly sublimated side. Hopefully that turns out okay. Now you can see on this side, that is barely on top of the paper. If it's not all the way on top of the paper, so if the earring's too far off the paper, you're gonna have a white stripe, and you don't want that. So just something to be really careful about. Now, as long as I put these back down where they were, I'm not going to get any extra ink on this side. So I'm going to try to be really careful about that. Otherwise, I could just use, okay, well, that's silly. Let's just use another tiny piece of paper. There's no reason to risk ruining my earrings to save like 1/4 of a penny. Now, I like to have the things as much in the middle as possible. I think you get better even pressure there. So again, 390 degrees for 50 seconds. Now, I'm not sure if this exact model is available anymore on Amazon. I will look and see. If not, it is a Vivor. And again, it's a 9 by 12, so it's a really small craft press. Sometimes you find them in 10 by 12, but I'll find a small one in the same brand and put a link to it in the video description. I'll also put a link to the sublimation blanks I used, some sterling silver hardware in case you're interested in that, and anything else I think of to throw in there. All right, let's see how the tops of these fared by putting the tape across there. And that looks perfectly fine. It didn't harm that in any way. And then on the back side, I got that one a little bit high. That'll be the back. And then once again, the back side of this one, maybe it's a little high too, but that's okay. I really just wanted to have something on the back side so that you didn't see just plain white. So time for the hardware. Now, because these won't be worn a ton, I'm not concerned about them being sterling silver, so I'm going to use the hardware that came with them. Again, I love this hardware because they hang so straight, and it's really easy to put this on. Now, when you're using fish hooks like these that don't have the same type of clasp on here, for them to hang straight, you have to add 1 to 2 jump rings. It really depends. And so these are just really, really convenient. Now, if you're selling to someone that has sensitive ears, or maybe you have sensitive ears, You might not want to use these, but I don't. Okay, so I need to get these open. Right now, the clasp is closed. I'm just going to use my little scissors, put them in the middle, and pull that apart. I've used my fingers before. It's just a little bit more comfortable to use something else. Okay, now I'm discovering something I'd forgotten about. And that is, by them having this extra jump ring in the middle, it makes them hang sideways. That is unfortunate. Now, I bought extra of this hardware before, and it's right here, and those do not have the extra loop in the middle. So I could just use these that I bought, or I don't really want to waste these. So I'll go ahead and disassemble this and reuse it. So all I'm doing is I'm taking some needle nose pliers, and I'm going to open that loop up. I didn't get it open very far. Let me redo that. Oh, I guess I did. That just came off. Okay, so I open those up, and then I'm going to have to open the loop on this part. I do that by twisting it sideways. I don't pull it apart because that decreases the integrity of your earring. You don't want to stretch that metal outward. Or at least that's what YouTube people have taught me. Okay, so a little inconvenient, not a big deal. Now it's going to hang right or straight. So you just put part of that clasp through the front part or the back part of the earring. And then for me, the easiest thing, you have a couple options. Squeeze it with your fingernail, not your fingernail, squeeze it with your finger, or what I discovered is setting it down and then pushing down with something soft to close it up is a lot easier than just squeezing it with your thumb and your finger. And then I like to use something soft so that I don't mark up the metal or put a dent in it. Okay. There's my first earring. And by taking that middle loop out, now they're going to hang straight. All right, and there's my second earring. So cute. So just like that, I have a super cute, whimsical pair of bunny earrings. I can wear these through the spring. I can wear them for Easter. I can wear them anytime I want, but I really wanted to make these because it's Easter time. So thanks for joining me for this super quick project. And until my next video, bye-bye.